What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Real Estate Podcast, episode 248. I'm here with Griffin.
I'm here with Trav.
We're speaking a bunch of gibberish without him.
This week we watched Macbeth.
The tragedy of Macbeth,
Yeah.
dude.
Tragedy.
Beautiful
of
movie.
Megadeth. I know, man. That Mustaine really threw them guitar solos in.
Almost play like scenery.
Yes.
Like
yes.
every room you'd look at, dude, really would. It'd be like just a table. Like one of the coolest things was when they were in the tent.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he was going to name, I guess, his son something. He was pissed when he walked up, motherfucker, because he thought he was going to get a title, you know?
Right.
And it's like,
he's like, I'm the fucking thing with the counter, man.
But when they were like opening the curtain and looking out,
yeah,
I thought it looked cool how like the shit would look in the background, like when they were at the castle, Macbeth's castle, and you could see those tall things like kind of foggy in the background, like added in, you could tell.
Oh yeah, it was like the whole movie felt like you were watching like a nightmare almost, like, because it has that dream, like the shot doesn't sprawl out too much unless it wants to.
When he was walking down that road, I was like, that's the Boulevard of Broken Dreams right there, man.
Very, very minimal. Very minimal. Oh God, now I'm thinking of all the like when that dude first shows up and he's running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You start hearing wow. But anyway, no. My first thought when I started seeing, like, by the time it got to the witch and she's doing her whole contortionist stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It made me think of that movie. I'd never seen it, but I always see it get quoted a lot. It was called The Seventh Seal.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one where they're playing chess?
Yeah.
With death?
Mm-hmm. Like, I know what it's about. I know it's heavily, like, you know, it gets a lot of ball cupping when people talk about it, but it made me, it had that visual to it. I'm like, dude, I could splice scenes of that into this and be like, yeah, this is that movie, and people be, you know,
they'd be like,
yeah, oh man, so artful.
Well, it's amazing that like a single Coen, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You think that like it's like the Mega Mind. What was it from Eternals? The Unimind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when they get together, they need the Unimind in order to like make this shit work.
Mm-hmm.
But like they really, he really captured what he was going for.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it felt like a play.
Mm-hmm.
It looked
Definitely
like a play.
like one.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think dressing it down like that made it better.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Because I felt like if it was color, if it was very, like, you know, stuff was popping on screen and everything, I feel like that would have took away from the fact that you got to pay attention to this movie's fucking dialogue, dude.
That and aspect
because these people,
ratio.
like this motherfucking movie spitting bars, dude, and you gotta like pay attention.
Yeah, for sure. It felt so good to watch. It's very refreshing to be able to experience this because, like, realistically, when was the last time that they released like a Shakespearean adaptation?
Well, I know the other Macbeth movie was in like 70s.
Yeah.
But it's full blown color, widescreen.
Yeah.
You know.
Would be surprised if the dialogue's like modernized.
Yeah, at least a little bit, right?
What you doing, jive turkey? You know, stuff like that.
Dude, I would definitely watch that version of
it's
that
actually
shit.
on Plex, man. When I got on Plex, it was telling me new movies added to Plex, and it was one of them. I think it came out like 71 or something.
I mean,
I was like, huh.
There was a part in this movie. I don't know if you guys remembered it or not, but it was one of the earlier parts of Macbeth's, one of his first of many monologues, and you know it's when they're laying heavy on the fucking knocking and the blood drip and all, you know, and there's that part where he's spitting his shit, and he's like, "I would if I could," and immediately I jumped to Ben Kingsley and Shang-Chi.
Yeah,
because that's what he was quoting and everything. But like when that happened, I kind of was like, I'm not supposed to be laughing at this scene, but I am now.
right. Yeah, it was so well done, and I love how simplistic, like you were talking about earlier, about how it would just be a scene with like it was like a table, and some of my favorite scenes was like whenever his wife is in that like kind of circular room.
Yeah.
And those window cutouts are in there, but it's just pitch black behind it.
Yeah.
And him sitting inside of you know what I mean? Like it adds depth to the scene, but it doesn't take away. You know what I mean? Like
there's no periphery.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
Like very narrow. Even whenever the army's marching towards Macbeth, it's like this very narrow fucking dirt path. Like, definitely could tell it was a hallway shot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess it helped enhance and keep me vested in it. Because I'll be honest, if the movie wasn't shot the way it was, and even with the performances like it was, which were all great, I felt like I probably wouldn't have kept on or much less followed it.
Yeah.
But like the acting, that's the meat and bone that's the fucking good shit of this movie, man. Because Denzel's acting and Francis McDormand, they were both fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Because I don't I don't know if y'all seen a lot of the Shakespearean stuff. I know I certainly haven't, but I feel like in the few times I've seen it and comparing it to now, it's easier to follow when the actor knows like the way they're conveying it, their inflection, like for instance, like Macbeth's monologues, man, like the way he talks, you're like, I'm deciphering what the fuck this is about,
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you see some performances that are stale as shit, and you're like, I think I'd rather go watch the grass grow.
It was incredibly well done, and I would love to see the what's his name? Is it Joel? I would love to see Joel's interpretation of other Shakespearean work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it sucks. All right, this is all I'm going to say that's a negative to the film. It sucks that this movie was released in 2021 or 2022, however you want to look at it, because I would have loved to have watched this in high school.
Oh, dude, this would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This would have made English for me, dude. I'd have been like, this movie was badass,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Which even then, I can't 100% say I'd be like, oh shit, this was awesome. I mean, you could probably pull this in front of a kid now, and they'd be like,
what the fuck are they talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like my oldest kid, she tried to watch a few minutes, and she's big into literature. Like she tries to do that whole stuff herself, and even she was like, I'm having a hard time following these people. And I'm like, I am too. Don't worry. like I'll because even whether or not it's the Coen brothers or not, you can tell it's like, well, not visually, but you could tell it's a Coen film in that this movie's got rewatchability, because you're gonna have to rewatch it just to unpack all that dialogue.
Yeah. Absolutely. I really wasn't expecting whenever they announced this and Denzel was attached to it, like I thought that he might be like a secondary, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but whenever you find out that he's actually playing Macbeth, then it really brings your attention into it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then because like I was talking to Adam about the other night, it's like it's kind of weird seeing him in a role like this to where I don't maybe it's just the way that the dialogue is written or whatever, but like, he's always kind of a smart ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You won't go home, you won't go to jail.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like he really just came off he didn't come off like he came off desperate more so. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Than being like kind of a smart ass or very like, you know, sure of himself and all this kind of stuff. Like it's nice to see him kind of branch out into a
Like
different.
self-defeated almost, because by the end, when dude comes up on the garrison with him, and dude just straight up like pulled some anime fighting shit with dude just a few seconds prior, man, dodging every sword swing and everything. And when when the guy whenever they're talking, and he's like, talking about how the witch told him that someone like a motherless child would be the one that does him in.
Yeah, yeah.
And when they talk, and he goes, I was ripped from my mother. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you played on words there. And when he did it, I remember, because I can't remember if it was before or after. Washington's just laid up on the side. He's looking at him. He's like, I ain't gonna fight you, but like, I ain't backing down, dude. But
Yeah.
he was still, it almost like underneath it, there was like a God fucking damn it, the third one.
Yeah.
This is it. This is it, really. Like,
Well, you don't really
so,
see him doing something so like artistic.
No.
I can't think of anything other than like Fences, but that was just a drama.
yeah.
Yeah. And that was a really good film
Yeah.
as well. Like
Well,
legitimately.
this movie almost like with its filmmaking alone, because like you were saying, Adam, it was, if like there were shots that were very
I just
like
couldn't take my
you're
eyes
watching a
off of it,
play,
man.
you're watching a play, like, and it's been a very long time since we've seen a film with such a minimal stage production, quite amazing production, but very minimalistic. Because like I think the last movie that kind of had this kind of pacing that I remember watching was The Green Knight, but it was very like there was some extra in that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was just straight up man's hubris, like his downfall.
Yeah.
And it was so bare bones and it was so effective. It was, because we're popcorn guys, man. Like we love a good city getting trashed. I mean, not to say that we don't shy away from drama films, and some of our personal favorites are probably not big blockbuster movies. Uh, but given that we do a lot of episodes, and we review a lot of modern films, and we hit every big AAA film that usually comes out. Like, to be able to watch one that has AAA actors, but with I don't know, such a low end, because all of the really big budget went into making it look the way it did.
That
Yeah.
lighting,
Yeah.
man.
Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, man. They used, for some of the close-up shots, they used a camera that was basically like the small miniature version of the largest format you could use for 35 millimeter.
Yeah.
And they used that one for the close-ups because Adam was talking about the quality of it too, man.
Well,
Like in,
just
in, in
you
like
could see all the lines on there. The black and white helps with that too.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just every little
I
mark
wonder.
on their face and their hair, man. Like,
No, I
look
wonder
crazy.
if. Well, I wonder if they might have used this tactic as well in the lighthouse, man. Like, I wonder if like the clothes they were wearing when they were filming were very
Yeah, when you're
monotone.
working in black and white, you have to.
Stuff that'll
Everybody has to
enhance
dress a certain
because there was
way, and yeah, so the
because
colors kind of
the
pop on.
yeah, the shadow play, man, in this movie was bad fucking ass.
When
Yeah.
that dude steps out and it's that light looking
Hmm.
down from the top,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
eyebrows. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
And
man,
he
and
does his
just
little spill, and
everything.
then it opens up, and you see the things behind him, and he walks into it.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
There was something about that scene where they're in the stairwell. It's when Macbeth's taking dude, and he's like, "Go look upstairs. The king's sleeping." And as they're coming up that one flight of steps, those dudes come through that door, and they're standing in the light,
Yeah.
and Denzel's standing in the darkness and everything. Like classic, like, you know what I mean? Like they that little trick. I can't remember the name of it or whatever, but then slowly, Denzel's Macbeth walks into view, and the way I don't know, it worked. It was great. Like I can't believe that this went to like Apple TV.
Well, it did. It had a small theatrical release.
Yeah.
A small enough one to get nominated, and then I bet your ass it will for something.
It deserves every award it gets, man.
Because to pull off something like that and make people enjoy it.
Yeah.
It goes to show you how timeless Shakespeare is, dude.
Yeah, for real, right? It was so well done though, man. I just can't. It's almost impossible to even like. It's hard to sum everything up in words because like I don't know what I was expecting, but I got more of that. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
And
well, see, I didn't realize it was a Coen film until I sat down to watch it. I know we watched the trailer, and I'm sure we had commented on that, but that thought left me.
Well, you just don't think of a Coen doing Macbeth.
Yeah.
I mean, in an ironic way, absolutely, but it's kind of right up their alley because if you think about how they've always, like, most of their movies have always been retellings of really old ass stories.
Yeah.
Like you got Oh Brother Where Art Thou is the Odyssey. A Serious Man is some Jewish folklore, I think. And then what was that other? No, Serious Man was a play on what's the what's that the story where the guy fucking rolls the rock up the hill, the rock rolls down, and he's just doomed to constantly repeat it.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say they've revisited that narrative device before as well. But yeah, like you don't expect them to just bare bones, balls to the wall. Like, yeah, we're doing Shakespeare. You always figure it as more like an afterthought once you've taken a dive, and they're like, oh yeah, here's how we wrote the script, and we based it on this.
Yeah.
It's never been so like in your face with it, like an actual adaptation.
And I'm
which
sure
did surprise the hell out of me.
Anyone could have played Macbeth, and it probably would have been all right. But there was just something about Denzel's performance, man, that was.
Yeah.
His facting, dude. When the dude started going up the steps, he's like, "The king's sleeping up there." And then when the dude started walking up, he looked at him all worried, like,
yeah,
like what's gonna be like when he goes in there. And then he turned around, and looked at the other guy, and his face, his facial expression changed, went right back to like not worried.
Yeah.
It was like, oh.
Yeah, absolutely. And I bet you, I mean, and it's not to say that Washington phones performances in, because honestly, I can't think of a stinker he's been in.
No.
Or at least a role that he's, just whatevered. But he fucking did great, man. And I bet you he probably stepped it up more in this film just because of like what we're like people like us are saying, man. Like this is an unusual role for him to have,
Well, and his name will pull people that don't normally watch shit like this.
But but I bet you as an actor too, man, being able to have a prestigious screenplay under your belt, is a big deal. And I bet he was like, hell yes, I will fucking do this.
Well, you always hear about people like a lot of British actors that do the theater.
Yeah.
Like that's a big thing to like why I played Macbeth.
Yeah, like
I think David Tennant did Macbeth once.
Yeah, isn't it the same one where it was Peter Capaldi. He played in Midsummer Night's Dream, I think. Like a lot of those English actors, yeah, they cut their teeth doing Shakespeare.
It's kind of a rite of passage there.
Yeah. So, and I mean, Denzel's always been like, it's one of those things where if he's on the bill, you're like, man, this is probably gonna stay in the good meter.
Yeah.
Even the Equalizer films, which is like I guess his version of a Taken franchise.
Yeah.
Even those movies
they're
aren't
good.
terrible.
Yeah. Better than TV show.
Yeah,
sure.
man. I mean, I know one of the main movies that sticks with us, at least I would think, is probably obviously Training Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man on Fire.
But yeah, that too.
Was real good.
John
Now,
Q.
Yeah.
now I didn't get around to it until later in life, but I went back and watched. I bought it on impulse at one of our big movie buying sessions. Me and my wife did, but the movie Fallen.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's a pretty good movie, man. It's some body hopping spirit stuff, man. Like it's got him and it's got the guy that plays Casey Jones from the '90s Ninja Turtles.
Let's see. Fallen.
John
Homicide
Goodman.
Detective John Hobbs witnesses the execution of serial killer Edgar Reese.
That
Soon after the
scene is the
execution.
cold opening, and he's been drugged into the fucking lethal injection thing, or the chair actually. As he's being drug in, he's singing "Time Is on My Side" by the Rolling Stones, and it's creepy as shit, dude.
I have seen that then, because I remember that scene. Time's on my side.
Right, that shit was
Yeah,
good.
it was good.
I've never seen that. I kind of want to watch it now.
Now I
You
saw it
should
a very long time ago,
you should
possibly
throw it
around
on
the
the
time it
pile.
came out.
Definitely a damn good rainy day film, Griff. Like for sure, man.
I mean, this
It's a very
cast
young
alone.
Denzel. Oh, dude,
And
Gandolfini.
Sutherland.
it's a twist film. There's a twist.
Oh shit.
So
Would since this being worded like this, would this be something that someone that is a fan of murder porn would very much enjoy?
uh
Your wife like it?
Yeah.
oh, well, in terms, it's got a whodunit aspect to it. So yeah, I would say they'd probably dig it.
All right, I'm gonna make her watch it with me then. Couldn't get her to watch fucking Macbeth with me, but she
Oh,
watched that movie we did on the pod with Jared Leto.
oh, the serial killer,
Yeah,
the little things.
yeah, and she liked that a lot. So
She'll like this. Now there is a little more supernatural element to it, but it's not a whole lot. It's just enough to set it apart from that movie.
well, she
But
likes
it
Donnie Darko too. So
okay, all right, yeah, dude. I would think it's a good enough film in general, man. That like even if I wasn't questioned like you put it that way,
yeah,
um, yeah, man. Like it's a solid like sit down watch it type of thing.
definitely
It
will.
doesn't go too off the rails.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at his fucking filmography, though, American Gangster,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Fucking Antoine Fisher. But Macbeth, though, man, here's the way that when they approach the witch for the first time,
Whoa.
and the way that she's standing there, and
Yeah.
then you see the shadow, like in the reflection in the
Yeah,
water.
the
was
two
so
of them.
cool.
Yeah.
That was fucking incredible, man. That was so good. And whoever the actress was that was the witch, man, just like
Great job.
killed it.
Now, the closing shot where dude's on horse and we're seeing the trail again,
Mm-hmm.
and they just the way you can, even though it's in black and white, they still had enough. It's still in high enough definition that like you could see the clouds, shadow cascading
Yeah.
over the grass and
Turn the
everything.
saturation up.
I'm like, dude, give me that for my Windows desktop.
Yeah, right.
But no, dude, and then they're on horseback. They hit the dip you can't see, and then it's just like bam, Batman. No, but like the yeah, that shit was cool. And I was like that. I thought it was cool how the first thing you see in the film are the witches.
Yeah.
Like those three crows. I think that's you know what I mean. Like I was like, 2 + 2 is 4. Cool. Like But yeah, man. And at only like not even 2 hours, man.
Dude, right? Like I was expecting a 2.5 hour
Oh yeah.
black and white epic, you know?
This is the power. Like get in and get out.
Yeah.
You know, like
It
um
was it was so
I was
well done.
surprised it was such a short watch. I was because normally I'll pull it up and I'll look at the runtime and I'll be like, all right, here's how the rest of my day has to go, and I can watch it. I pulled it up and I was like, shit,
Yeah.
I got
play.
time for 2 movies, which
Yeah,
I did.
right. I mean, hell. But I loved it. I can't wait to rewatch it for
Yeah.
sure. Like I would definitely sit down and watch this with a group of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially people that just like if you
That,
like movies,
Oh,
yeah.
dude, yeah.
this is a good movie to watch because it's like look how they
Um,
made this movie.
well, if you noticed how, for lack of a better word, sterile all of the set pieces look whenever you're watching the film, when he finally opens that window and the leaves just
Oh yeah.
fucking blow in,
Yeah.
like I don't know, just little subtle cues of like, all right, we're in a state of total fucking chaos now.
Yeah.
Like, and we're gonna visually represent it with leaves. And you're like, dude, this is badass.
Yeah, you know it's over when that happens.
Yeah.
Like
The
that ring get dirty, fuck, somebody's dying.
the
No, but
scene where Lady Macbeth is standing on the stairs, you know, and Littlefinger comes walking by and looks up there at her.
Yeah.
So he pushed
yeah.
her off those steps, right?
I mean,
He had to, right?
that's how I took it.
Yeah, because he was walking up there and everybody's running around. Then all of a sudden, she's at the bottom of the stairs. She's dead. And he's like, she should have died years last. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
He
okay.
went he went he went full Littlefinger for
Full, dude.
sure.
Yeah.
He
You
come
never
walking
go
out of
full.
there with his fucking hand up in that neck, dude, just holding it like
I mean,
a
Yeah.
bowling
he's little.
ball.
He might be Littlefinger, but he was knuckle deep.
I like the way
He's
they
so
show whenever the crown gets knocked off, he's like willing
yeah.
to get stabbed in the
Yeah,
back to pick that motherfucker back up, put it back on.
Yeah.
yeah. He was so ate up
Yeah.
with being the king that I'd been like, dude, fuck
Fuck
that.
that
I'm
crown.
taking my
There's a dude
shoes
up
off.
here with a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he could have killed him. But then, you know, there would have just been more. I was like, how many is he going to fight? You know? They did a good job, but
All of
like when it was like they had the branches and the one guy was like, I don't even know how to say this the right way. And he's like, well, if it's
them.
not true what you say, you'll hang from a tree, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
They just ran off. I'm like, but you could
Okay.
tell there that like all the people there with him, no one was willing to fight for him.
No.
No.
He was an asshole, dude.
His worst enemy was himself.
Yeah. That's what that song's about, right?
Can't we begin about
Uh,
things I did
nah,
when
he
I
was
was
like,
drunk?
nah, he should have went up and fucking looked in the pond and was like, "Hello, mate, it's me again."
Yeah, dude, it was a creepy clown time.
Yeah, I loved it, man. I can't wait to
That's,
revisit it.
that's the best description for these art house movies, Adam.
Yeah.
What was
It
that one we
or at least,
watched where we were like, we'll have to check this one out some other time again?
or just,
Oh,
or pretty much honestly just A24 in general. Because even
it,
though it's a great film, Midsummer was creepy clown time.
yeah.
Like off
It
a cliff
it
onto a
was
stone.
Stalker.
Well, this blows that out of the
Yeah.
water
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
in about
dude.
half the
I
runtime.
I don't know. Dude, I honestly don't think I could ever sit through that rail cart sequence ever again.
I
Like,
mean,
fuck that. I get it. I get it. The filmmaker was like, I wanted to drive you crazy. And I'm like, yeah, you did. Fuck you. You
That
win.
film needs an intermission.
yeah, right. And a recap of what happened in the
Yeah,
first half of it. Oh God.
I'll just watch the heavy
Previously
spoilers
on
video.
Stalker.
Yeah, right.
Or better yet, fuck all that. Just play Metro. Metro Redux. And that's you'll get all you need out of it.
Full star, man.
Yeah, I'm giving it a full star as well. It was great.
Absolutely.
I love it, man. And A24, man, like they are legit knocking this shit. They're knocking it out of the park,
They
man.
found their lane.
Well, what's
Yeah.
crazy though is that like there's still there's still a part of the larger audience, man, that they still see A24 as kind of like they see it as a meme.
Well, fuck them.
I mean, I'm not saying they're right or anything, but I just don't I don't understand it because they've been pumping out these very low, like I would say low budget, by a lot of movie standards now. Uh, but they've been putting out
Well, they're
these
usually
little,
low budget compared to like a big Hollywood movie, but the script's usually a little bit better.
well, like
Yeah.
these low end art house drama style films, dude. Yeah, yeah. The scripts are fucking what are making these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it can show you, man. Just put a beautiful mountain behind you and make it be about a chicken fucking a pig, dude. And people are gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
but I mean, but yeah, I haven't understood some of the weird hate I've seen for A24.
Dude, oh
Because
no, that's not this one. That's a different Macbeth.
Because I mean, a lot of the movies I've seen, I've been like, man, these are pretty fucking good, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a
And I
comment
love.
on one of the trailers where a guy was like, I saw this movie and it was boring, and someone was like, you probably should go back to the Eternals or Fast and Furious or this movie ain't for you, man. You
Well,
know?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's that. I think that's the caveat. It's not a film
It
for
definitely ain't for
everybody.
everybody.
No.
Dude, I couldn't take my eyes off of it though.
No.
Not once did I pick my phone up or like go away.
No.
Like I just couldn't, because I was just like, well, you know, and it would hit the next scene. It's like, well, I'm just taking it in because like everything was a fucking wallpaper.
Yeah.
Every scene, like,
See, I think that's another thing about it too. If you don't watch films, like you watch a movie, some people are like, I just want to watch it. I just want to watch a good car chase. Like a lot of people typically don't go into movies being like, I'm gonna see how they use the cameras.
yeah, they
Um,
don't even know how they make movies, dude.
yeah,
I was trying to explain it to someone one time. They were like, how do they do that? They just have a bunch of cameras. I was like, sometimes, but most of the time, like, I was like, that's a cut. That's a
it's
cut.
almost like
That's a different scene.
it's
That's a different scene. And then they just cut them together. And then I'm like, you get what
well,
I'm saying? They're like, And I'm like, okay, never mind.
well from like 1997 to like, no, fuck that. Pull out the first Lord of the Rings movie, pop it in, have that opening battle sequence, pause that, look at him and go, all right, look, they copy and pasted people.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
that's
that's
what they
real.
did. There's not that many people on screen. Like, but yeah, and so I think that's a big thing too, because I know definitely when we like, regardless of how we approach the movie personally, I know that we all, we tend to follow those similar beats of like, you know, we're watching it for things other than maybe its narrative.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the way the movie's shot can save how bad it's written. Honestly,
Yeah. I
look
agree.
at look at blockbuster movies. I mean, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I feel like if you watch films with different dynamics involved, I think people will like. I mean, more people should watch this movie. Honestly.
Yeah.
Um. But yeah, it's definitely it's like any other serious drama film. Like if you've got to have loud clashing and banging fucking for 90 minutes, then you're probably not gonna dig it.
It was anywhere from 15 to $20 million to make, and it took
I
them
mean,
36 days.
that's super low
Impressive.
budget. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, bravo.
that's low res as hell, man.
It's going to be definitely studied.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
it'll
oh,
be
sorry.
it'll be lumped in there with like the artist and lighthouse, like modern black and white, and how they use, especially now, how they use lighting to achieve desired effects.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be. I wish I could take that class.
Yeah.
Fuck it, dude. I'm quitting my job. I'm going to film school. I made my
Oh, yeah.
mind up. We're gonna do a real movie, you know, an REEL. But Boba Fett though.
Well, I was trying to pull up these the cameras that they were using in the movie.
It was all digital shot. They didn't use any film.
wasn't
They
like,
shot on sound stages.
Yeah.
Probably used
It
those
says-
epic reds, dude.
Well, it's like how the sets were designed as one big optical illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could definitely tell they're trying to make it look bigger.
Yeah.
You could tell it was a sound stage because it was like, you know, almost like a Wizard of Oz or something.
Yeah.
The way it's like, all right, all
Yeah,
this right here is a real scene, and then that's just a picture back there probably, or
Yeah.
It said, according to the cinematographer, he says one of the first things Joel said when we met was that he didn't want to create a naturalistic Macbeth. He wanted the whole thing to be filmed on sound stages. He wanted artifice. And it said for him, it meant building the large interior sets without ornamentation and exteriors often cloaked in mist and fog. Still, the challenges to imbue psychology in the production design were intense, as DeChant described in our conversation about the film. That was from the rap, just for credit's sake.
Hell yeah.
Let me just pull up its wiki real quick, man, because I know.
It was. This makes me want to watch more Shakespeare. And like that Romeo and Juliet, different, good. Like I enjoyed it, you know. But I would love to see like that, a black and white, like
yeah,
you know, soundstage version of that.
Well, it just goes to show you could still do that.
Yeah,
Like
it
people are
doesn't
like, it was
have to
all shot on
be,
the soundstage. Ugh, like
dude. The lack of detail
yeah.
made it so much better.
Well, you
in my
focus
opinion.
on the actual scene,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
words, the actor's face,
Really
there was
hate that I
nothing
can't
else to
find
look
this
at.
article, but for the sake of coming back with something, the cinematographer Bruno Delbonnel, Entertainment Weekly had identified that his frame he frames his shots like a modern day Fritz Lang, composed for maximum disorienting impact and scale. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And he wanted to give the film a look untethered from reality.
And that's, I mean, it absolutely felt like a fairy tale.
And yeah, for sure.
So
They use the Alexa cameras, the full size Alexa and Alexa Mini.
Yeah, the Mini was
Yeah,
for all them close ups they did and shit.
those are really nice cameras.
Budget? I would imagine that they probably, hell, the Coens have that kind of money. They could probably own them, or
yeah.
I feel like that's not a camera you just rent for a weekend.
I mean, when we make the real movie, I'm gonna have to rent it on the weekend, so I just have to pay the 1 day fucking deposit on it. You know?
I'm in this
Imagine ordering one from Amazon.
equipment group on Facebook that's like film equipment, you know, microphones, recording stuff like that, and somebody was selling one on there one time, like a 10-year-old one that was upgraded to shoot in 4K, and it was like maybe around 50K.
Jesus.
And I'm like, God damn. And they're like, cash, you know, and it's like, what?
Good
Hope
luck.
it works.
Yeah.
It's like we take multiple pink slips and house deeds as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Take the title to your vehicle. You know, whatever. But yeah, it definitely deserves 3 fulls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
3 fulls and a cot.
Yep. 3 witches.
3 witches, dude. Yeah, it gets the coveted golden witch. It's hard to get that.
It's a fucking sports trophy, but it's just like tied into a knot.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, okay. But Boba.
Yeah,
This
dude.
shit's come to light.
So, Boba ain't a pussy. Boba's just been healing.
Yeah, he had a rough time in that desert, dude.
Like, whenever, because I was kind of riffing on Adam's idea after he brought it up. It was just like, Boba's dying. He's got to constantly keep going to that tank. Like, okay, he's gonna be Star Wars Daredevil.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna go whoop some fucking ass and then like get fucked up a little bit and then he can't whoop ass for 2 episodes.
Yeah. He's got to recover from various broken ribs and fucking.
When that tank goes off and he goes, "You are fully healed," I'm like, "Oh
too
shit!"
bad I can't heal the
Okay.
scars on the inside. Emotional damage.
He's been through some shit.
Oh.
But
yeah, I think this is the episode where all of the fucking hot tub memories are over with. Forward with the plot. You know?
Dude, I was sitting there. I had to go back because the other night I watched it real late and I was like, I don't remember the end of it. So I backed it up a little bit and I was sitting there watching it and I was like, it was that shot where they get his ship and they went back to the pit and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what time are we in right now? Like, what? Didn't he do this before he met Mando?
While that was
happening. And then
when
it showed him in the thing, I was like, oh, it's a flashback. Okay.
When the Starlight grabs the slave
That
one and
motherfucker
is
had a
trying to pull
beak.
it in, dude, in that instant, I wish I had a button that was programmed like the Stream Deck, and when I hit it, the fucking Back to the Future, while they're fucking fighting it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ever touch my buttons.
No, but what was badass was when he got that ship. The first thing he went did is fucking shoot all the speeder gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
Just fucking just wasted. They're like, your plot thread's done. Your plot thread's done.
I was expecting him to like fly by and drop that fucking doo-doo bomb on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just falls out the asshole of the ship. It just blows everything up.
It was gone.
Like, hit him with that doo-doo bomb.
But yeah, it was like, here's my thing. With the Book of Boba Fett, I get it that it's Boba Fett's story and we're going to fucking watch every slow drug ass step he takes. I'm on board for that.
Oh yeah.
But the audience watching this clearly has probably watched Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah.
We kind of didn't need the Sarlacc moment. We knew it wasn't there.
Yeah, right.
They could have condensed that shit down to where the ship could have hovered and been like scanning for Beskar.
Yeah, but we also saw him like blow it up. I mean, that motherfucker's got to be dead, right?
Yeah. Well, and not only that, but it feels like that they left that scene in there to show like whenever him and
their relationship.
Yeah, he kind of came into his own with
like,
her.
Your debt's free now. You can. She's like, I'll hang out.
Yeah.
She's like, what did you do to me? He's like, you should be glad you're not a Sith. I'd call you Darth Dumbass right now.
Yeah.
Darth DA.
That scene, like, we've talked about my phobia on here, right? About like having like machinery put into my body.
Well, I bet that was that hard to watch for you?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't know I don't even know if that's a real thing, but like,
I'm sure it is.
That dude cut on some music and went straight Bernie on that body, dude. Like,
yeah, there's just something about seeing like mechanical parts and flesh side by side in that way.
Yeah,
it's the
that just like makes me sick. I know, man, but I don't want robot body parts. I don't. It really does. It fucking creeps me out. And
one day we'll be robot spotters walking around with our heads in tanks, and I'll be like, "What's up, Griff?" And then we get the revelation we're not spotters, we're crabs.
I'd be okay with that. We'd walk sideways.
Little rock lobster.
Yeah, but yeah, man, I like that scene really creeped me out, and like made me sick.
Well, I don't get the hate while we're seeing that Boba Fett's got a conscience. Uh, People that are pissed off that a character that's only had 2 minutes of screen time since like
right.
recently is finally getting some character development.
Well, they're
They're
trying
like,
to
yeah,
show you
he's just
some of
supposed to
that
be.
came from the Raiders.
It
Yeah.
can't be a TV show where the guy stays quiet, walks around shooting people. That'd be fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Be the
No
Mandalorian.
matter how no matter how much they polish it. Well, the beauty that the Mandalorian works is that he's got all that other shit going on around him though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just I'm enjoying Book of Boba Fett. I don't get why people are shitting on it because
Do people
it's
hate it?
delivering it's delivering on everything everybody is wanting out of it, and I'm like, well, it's like you wanted chocolate ice cream. I brought you chocolate ice cream, and you're like, you can do better.
Yeah.
Well, those
It's like,
guys,
dude,
I listened to that podcast where old Fat Man Beyond, where they were doing the interview with the guy that's working, on the Mandalorian, worked on Boba
pretty
Fett.
good episode.
Well, and when they get close to the end on Mark Bernard's he's like, just like the Mandalorian, it's a slow start. You need like a good, by the time you get to the third, fourth episode, you know what's going on, and then we move ahead. Like at the end of this episode, you hear the Mandalorian music strike up. It's like, okay, we're getting into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got the backstory, we're
Well,
done with that. Got our fucking
well,
Wookiee.
we now know that the mysterious guy that walks up on fucking Mando and then leaves, or up on Fennec, it was Boba.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I don't get because like I didn't feel like the Mandalorian had a slow start, and I didn't really feel like
no,
Book of Boba
Mandalorian
Fett.
came out guns blazing.
Yeah, I don't feel like either one of them to me had a slow start. Like I could see the argument for it absolutely, but myself personally, I just don't feel that way.
Enjoyed. I've enjoyed seeing him be like, all right, I'm top dog in this city. Fuck, nobody respects me. Shit, better make them. I've
Yeah,
enjoyed that dynamic. Like,
yeah,
I didn't know it was getting any hate online.
I mean, it's in the nooks and crannies, but it's definitely there.
yeah.
Well, there's always going to be those people.
Yeah. Uh,
So
it definitely got this episode definitely got on the level that it's probably going to stay at for the rest of the show
yeah,
until whatever surprise legacy character shows up, because I feel like that's going to be a given. I think that's going to be what capitalizes a lot of these Star Wars Disney Plus shows.
yeah,
Yeah, these characters will be able to absolutely carry the narrative themselves, but like, whereas Game of Thrones had their formula of like, okay, we're going to keep tension going till episode 9, then somebody important's going to die. The same formula applied to Disney Plus is like, let's go 8 episodes and then bam, cameo that you didn't see coming.
Yeah,
yeah,
there's only 3 left.
Nod, wink, and tickle your gut and excitement.
But I thought that was
Yeah,
cool
like,
how they show us, his and her relationship. Now we know,
yeah,
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 why she's so loyal to him. And
yeah, like she's ride or die Boba,
I will
dude.
share the riches, spread the wealth.
Well, I mean, it also kind of adds more to that scene in season 2 of Mandalorian when Grogu's on that stone when we meet him when they run into each other,
Yeah.
and Boba's like, "I want that fucking armor back. If not, homegirl here's gonna put a bullet to that fucking thing. Like, don't fuck with me." And it kind of adds more to that now because you're just like, it's weird that knowing that the two adversarial characters until Boba gets his suit back and does the whole thing, I was like, they're really gonna do that. They're really gonna make these they're gonna make people that we want to root for fight each other and really make us have to pick, which they obviously didn't do. But
yeah.
I'm talking about episodes that long don't matter now.
I mean, house divided, man. War eagle. You know what I'm saying? Roll Tide. Fuck that. They've been doing a good job with it though, man. And I'm excited to see what comes. And I do enjoy how they have been doing the Star Wars live action stuff. Where like that first season, you kind of get their backstory, you kind of get as much information about them as you need to know in like 8 episodes,
Yeah.
and then they come in strong on that second season. And I assume that Boba Fett's going to be the same way, where it's like, you know where he came from, you know where he's been, you know what he had to do to get his armor back and to get everything set up on um in Jabba's palace and everything. It's like, now we're here to fucking just shit on people, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I think the whole him being the daimyo or whatever of Tatooine or
Yeah.
Mos Espa, I think this is temporary. Like I don't see them keeping Boba Fett on Tatooine very long. I think after this season, kind of like going with what you're saying, I think they're planting seeds for stuff now because
Yeah.
they've already got Clone Wars characters showing up now with the Pike Syndicate. Like they're doing all that kind of shit, and I feel like they're planning it to where either he's gonna like rein everything together and be like, you know what, how about y'all elect somebody you actually do want to follow, and they do. They pick one. All this bullshit. Him and Fennec are like, "Fuck this desert planet," and leave Tatooine. And
Yeah.
then because honestly, the one thing that I have been surprised about the show, even with what we knew going in, I'm surprised they didn't have Boba Fett already in space sooner.
Yeah.
Because one of his things is, regardless of how his backstory is getting played up to, you know, he's zipping around the galaxy, man, just doing shit, getting shit done, regardless of whether it's self fulfilling or under a contract, you know? Like that's
Yeah.
just I felt like that was one of those kind of like hardline things that people are like, okay, we're gonna get that for sure. And I'm
Yeah.
surprised, and I feel like we will, but I'm surprised at the rate at which they're still just like we're gonna keep him stationary for a little while. And I guess that's so they can do the backstory, let him. And I guess that's what all this healing's up for, because who knows? Tomorrow's episode, he could fucking like be gone, you know?
Yeah.
I will
I
say
mean,
this, dude. If fucking, you know how they've got the theme park?
yeah.
If they don't do a fucking Boba's Hut that sells boba tea, they're fucking up. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
They're
Yeah.
fucking up.
I could see them setting up for the Wookiee. I can't think of what his name is, but him kind of taking over on Tatooine while he's out doing shit. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Because like there's some weird mutual respect between the two of them there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he
So
well
I
he
could,
let him go. He gave him his freedom,
yeah, that's true.
and that was
And
like
then
he
you
didn't
find
have to
out,
do that. He could have been like, "Yeah, I'll keep him."
yeah, and then you find out that like he was like a damn
Champion.
slave gladiator,
Yeah.
gladiator thing. Yeah,
It
like
ripped people
what?
apart.
Yeah, he
Called him
ripped that
Knuckles.
dude's arm
He
off.
ripped it off, dude. The way that thing
Oh yeah,
kept, that woman
that
was
was
like, "You
some
don't have
brutal
to do
Wookiee
this.
stuff.
You were a champion once. You know this and
Now,
that." And that dude just kept looking at him like, you know, the little
now
lizard guy.
I think I did do a little bit of digging on some of those characters. That guy apparently is someone in one of the off-spin comics they did for Boba Fett back in the day, or maybe more recently. Didn't bother to look at the publishing date,
Yeah,
Yeah, he was in the
but
comics.
he's a comic character that eventually. And we've already seen the subtle foreshadowing. Like he's eventually going to be helping him. Like he's going to be an enemy turned ally or whatever.
Well,
Like
right there at the
he's going to
end, he's
be,
standing around the table with him.
yeah. Like that's his Chewie, you know.
Got his
So
Wookiee.
so that's cool.
Badass Wookiee too. I'm just saying,
Well,
Chewie'd be cool to hang out with. This one right here's got your
yeah.
back. You
Chewy,
know?
Chewy's who you drink with. This
Yeah.
guy's who you go fucking pull somebody out of a crack
If I
house
gotta
with.
kill people, I want Knuckles.
yeah, right, for sure. But yeah, Good episode. I'm excited to see the next episode. So we got a little bit of movie news here. First up, we got a little bit of controversy over in Paradise here. So they're doing a live action version of Snow White, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Peter Dinklage was on Mark Maron's podcast and was just like, "What the fuck?" Because it's called, Mark Maron's podcast is called "What
Yeah.
the." Anyway,
It's funny. I saw that episode was up. I haven't listened to it.
Yeah, right. So Peter Dinklage put Disney on blast for remaking Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and the company says they're consulting with the dwarfism community. Says Disney has offered a formal response to the recent controversy related to their upcoming remake of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Reimagining the classic animated movie in a live action setting, the new Snow White movie came under fire by Game of Thrones star Peter Dinklage during a recent interview on Mark Maron's What the Fuck podcast, or WTF, whatever. Dinklage said it made no sense how Disney would be progressive to an extent by casting Rachel Zegler as Snow White while ignoring the larger problem with the titular dwarfs. God. This is what he said. I was a little taken aback when they were proud to cast a Latina actress as Snow White. You're still telling the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Take a step back and look at what you're doing there. It makes no sense to me. You're progressive in one way, and you're still making the fucking backwards story about seven dwarfs living in a cave together. What the fuck are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause for my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough. He added, I don't know which studio that is, but they were so proud of it. All love and respect to the actress and all the people who thought they were doing the right thing, but I'm just like, what are you doing? Of course, it wasn't too long until it spread like wildfire through social media, of course,
Mm-hmm.
And it says, while the company cannot offer specific details as to what will be different this time around, Disney does clearly state that they will be taking steps to avoid reinforcing stereotypes featured in the original animated movie with the guidance of members of the dwarfism community. To avoid reinforcing stereotypes from the original animated film, we're taking a different approach with these seven characters and have been consulting with members of the dwarfism community, a Disney spokesperson said. We look forward to sharing more as the film heads into production after a lengthy development period. So, this is one of those things where it's kind of polarizing to me, I guess you could say, because all right, this is all I'm going to say about it. Like, you have a story that was written, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So I'm assuming that, you know, his response is basically like, we've progressed so far. Why do they have to be dwarves? Why do they have to
Because
live in a
that's what the
cave?
story's about.
Exactly. Right.
Are we going to take the little people out of The Hobbit?
Well,
I mean,
and that's where I'm going with this.
yeah.
Okay. Now, think about all of the little people that are actors, right?
Uh-huh.
They don't get a lot of opportunities to star in films for one reason or another, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this film, you get to cast seven.
Yeah, dude.
So to me, I understand where Peter Dinklage is coming from, but also at the same time, it's like if who what was the fucking dude in he was in that Ricky Gervais TV show.
Carl
He was in
Pilkington?
Willow. No.
Warwick
God, yeah.
Davis.
Yeah. Okay. Warwick Davis, like 20 years ago, hears this and he's going to be like, "You're taking a job away
Yeah.
from me, man."
I don't think he
What
feels
the
the
fuck
same
are
way
you?
about that.
I don't think he does either.
Mm-mm.
And so basically, what will end up happening is either one of two things, in my opinion. They're either going to cast like regular ass people, like people that aren't suffering from dwarfism, and then use forced perspective to make them look smaller than they actually are,
Uh-huh.
or they're gonna like cast children, or like, you see what I mean? Like,
Change the title of the movie.
yeah, right,
But
yeah,
dude, now we've been over this a lot. Where like Gal Gadot, they were like, she's playing Cleopatra. She's not even fucking, you know. So would he be all right if they just don't pick? You know what I mean? You think he would want them to pick dwarfs if they were like, we're picking just regular people and we're gonna make them look smaller, and hey, this is an outrage, you know? Like,
yeah. Well,
I mean,
I think it's very much a lose-lose situation all the way around. And like, look, I like Peter Dinklage. I enjoy his work. I think he's a phenomenal actor. But at the same time, like a lot of people that suffer from dwarfism does not have the same opportunities as other people.
no.
No, that's not right. In the society that we live in today, that is absolutely not right. But it's a reality of the situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, are you going to take away those jobs from people? Or, are you like it just I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't
No, I
get
don't
it,
get
man.
it.
I understand that it's supposed to be all inclusive and it's supposed to be one big party and everybody's supposed to be equal and everybody's supposed to get along, but like, okay, then first of all, why is Disney even considering making this film?
It sounds to me like that's what he wants. Just don't make it.
Yeah, right.
And then it's like, yeah, but there's going to be some kid out there that does suffer from this that
And
could
what does he
watch
got
this
to look
movie
to?
and be like,
Yeah,
oh shit, they're like me. They're, you
yeah,
know,
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, like I said, it's kind of a weird stance to take in my opinion. And who am I? You know, like who am I? If like I'm a bigger guy, if there's an iconic role, like all right, if they decide to make a Chris Farley biopic, right?
yeah.
And they cast someone that weighs 90 pounds,
I mean,
I don't care.
yeah, but it ain't going to look right.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
going to look
David
right at
Spade
all.
can't play him.
No.
Fat guy in a little coat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
But
just about
I
to
mean,
say, like, look at this dude. They're always doing these movies where they got like, you know, this dumb redneck, and everybody
mhm.
loves laughing at that shit.
Yeah,
That's
right.
okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Dumb rednecks. Ah ha ha
Yeah.
ha. You know, that's okay.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just weird, man. Like it's a weird stance to take because you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot either way. And like, oh, they're being diverse by casting a Latina actress to play Snow White. Like, who
Who
cares?
cares?
Who
At
cares
this
what
point,
her
who cares?
ethnicity is? Yeah, she's playing
Can she
Snow White.
read? All that
She
matters.
eats the apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, she falls
Bitch
into
gonna
a
be asleep
fucking
half the time. You know.
witch coma. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, to
And they
me,
were.
when they're doing dwarfs, they should be dwarfs. Like, find
Yeah,
people who are
exactly.
dwarfs, and I mean, that's perfect.
I agree. I agree.
I mean, dude, that was a big deal when they made the Wizard of Oz
Yeah.
because they hired what hundreds,
Yeah.
and
Legit.
before that, there was really no work for them.
Yeah.
And a lot of
I
those
know.
people went on for years, dude. Would go to conventions and take pictures. And
Yeah.
now, did he try out for the movie and get a no?
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking, but I wasn't gonna say
Hmm. They're like, we
it. You
can't
know
have
what I mean?
somebody that fucking was petting a bald man
Yeah.
with turtle stew.
Yeah. It's like okay, but yeah, man, it's kind of an odd situation to where it's like, when it's like, okay, let's take a look at the film that we just watched, right? Macbeth, one of the
Denzel
greatest
Washington
actors.
shouldn't be playing Macbeth, right?
I mean, if you go by historical accuracy, then no.
Yeah,
But guess what? They hired the right person for the fucking
they
job
did.
because he fucking knocked it out of the park. Like, I don't care. And that goes back to the Marvel stuff, that goes back to comic book movies and gender reassignments or racial reassignments to specific characters. I don't give a fuck as long as it makes sense.
Yeah,
So if they decide to cast Elijah Wood as one of the fucking dwarves in Snow White and he delivers, I don't give a fuck.
yeah.
It's not any skin off of my back. I'm just your average dumbass fucking moviegoer over here, you know? So that's just, that's just where I stand with it's just weird. It's just a weird thing
It
in my
is weird,
opinion.
man. And
Well,
that
well,
I'm gonna listen to that interview now.
well, it's one of those things too, where while his argument is absolutely understandable,
Yeah.
it's also like it's all because that's the thing. The actor's been known and very vocal
Yeah.
about that stuff for quite some time. One of his Emmy acceptance speeches was about that shit.
Yeah.
He brought up actors. He gave credit to people and all of that. And so he's done a lot of work to advance that cause. And I think it's him finding a way to still further his cause
Yeah.
using the platform that he
I
has
get that.
available to him.
But what did he play? Now, I'm not saying he never would have hit it big, but he was in the industry for a while, and then he did Game of Thrones, where he played a dwarf that his
Yeah.
father hated because he was half of a man,
Yeah.
And that
Yeah,
was the whole
exactly.
thing. Like, he played a dwarf.
Yeah.
That blew him up. The only
Yeah.
reason we know, only reason we're really
Yep.
talking about him right now is because we saw him on Game of Thrones, and he went on. I can't even there's been several movies that have come out, like the one where they were the three guys, three Christ or
The
whatever.
the three
We
yeah,
haven't
the three
watched any of those
Christ.
yet. We're
No.
not just dying to watch a Peter Dinklage movie, but he was great on fucking the Game of Thrones.
Well, and if he gets added to something, I'm
Now
more excited.
he did do a film called Dinner with Harvey,
Mm-hmm.
where he played uh, Harvey something. It was the guy who was on Fantasy Island. It was a biopic about him.
Hmm.
The
And
plane boss, the plane guy.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
he did a biopic on that guy,
oh.
and it's a pretty good little movie, man. Like it was a good performance.
But why is
He's
that
not.
okay
Yeah.
for him to
He's
play it?
not. Yeah.
Oh, I don't have that kind of
You know what I
answer,
mean? But
man.
whatever they're doing over here, and I mean,
I was
dude, when
merely
you
just,
scroll down in
I
that
was merely
article
pointing
there,
out that dude can act. Like
scroll.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah, he can act. Scroll down in that article, and you can see a picture of the girl that's playing. She looks like fucking Snow White to me, dude.
I mean,
Put a dress on her, dude.
yeah.
Pale red lips, black hair.
Yeah.
Snow White. She looks like a
So,
Disney princess.
yeah, and I'm fine with that. I mean, I don't know. It's just and like Travis is right. I mean, it's a stance, it's a platform,
Yeah.
it's a message and hey, I mean, whatever. Like if you need to get your message out there like that, that's fine, but like at the same time, and maybe it's more or less like the fact that like maybe it's not the issue with like them casting individuals with dwarfism. Maybe it's more or less like
The
the
actual
fact
movie itself.
that they were minors. There were 7
Yeah.
minors. They were like brothers. They all had funky names.
Yeah.
They lived
The
together.
cartoon.
Yeah, and it's like
there was no complexity to their character, which to add to Adam's thing, it was just a cartoon.
yeah,
But who's to say that we get, we get a message in the film about that he wasn't aware of it because maybe he didn't read the script.
yeah,
Well, it's gonna be
Maybe,
different
maybe they elaborate on the dwarves and they're not in a cave. Maybe they have a village. Maybe they have lives and all that kind of stuff.
because when we
Because
remake classics at Disney, we definitely change them.
yeah.
I
Well, and
mean,
they did that with Snow White and the Huntsman.
They did.
The 7 dwarves were in that. They expanded those characters quite a bit. I mean, whatever. Like that's all I'm gonna say about it. Whatever.
Yeah.
So next up here, Seth Rogen's TMNT reveal or release date moving forward. So in 2016, many fans of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were disappointed when a lackluster response to Michael Bay's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows meant the latest live action iteration of the heroes in a half shell came to a premature end. Now the popular franchise is potentially getting 2 new reboots, one of which is coming from Seth Rogen, who announced a CGI animated movie would be released on August the 11th, 2023. Now appears that Paramount Pictures are making a surprise move of pulling the release date forward to August the 4th. Recently, several Paramount movies, including the latest installments of the Mission Impossible franchise, have found themselves slipping back in release schedules by months or even years. And it seems that this could be partly responsible for the shift in the Ninja Turtles' latest outing. With cinema releases for 2023 filling up with big releases, another movie releasing around the 11th would likely provide a bit more competition than Paramount's happy with. Rogan's CGI movie will be the first animated movie since 2007's TMNT, which gained reasonable reviews but just didn't quite fill that desire for a new live action iteration of the franchise, which led to Michael Bay's first Turtles movie back in 2014 and its sequel 2 years later. Although Bay's movies did bring classic characters like Krang, Rocksteady, and Bebop to a live action movie for the first time, and all in all, the movie played out on screen like a big budget Saturday morning cartoon, there was just something that didn't sit well with audiences and certainly not with critics. Um, okay, so whether Rogan's take on the franchise can manage to please fans of the comics, the cartoon, and the previous live action movies is something that seems unlikely, but with backing from Nickelodeon and Rogan describing the film as a coming of age film aimed at teens and kids, those hoping for something dark and violent may want to steer clear of this iteration and await the live action movie being developed by Colin and Casey Jost, which will once again be produced by Michael Bay. You know who Colin and Casey Jost
guys that
are,
created
right?
it, right?
No. Colin and Casey Jost are the guys that were writers and
for
producers on
SNL.
him.
Colin Jost does Weekend Update right now.
And Casey Jost is Impractical Jokers.
Oh, that Casey?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna
So
be honest. I have a little more faith in them than I do Seth Rogen.
at the current
Well,
moment,
I mean, man,
yeah, I
don't
know.
change the Ninja Turtles too much. 'Cause
Yeah,
his track record here lately's kind of been a little, you know.
it's been a little rocky.
Yeah, like he just ain't as high on the totem pole for me as he used to be. Just say
Yeah,
that. Now, the guys that created the Ninja Turtles, did they sell all their rights out? Like, do they still have to like go to them and be like, "Is this okay?" God, I
um,
hope so.
the guy, I think they did sell their rights
Cause this could be
because,
a turd, dude.
well, it was two guys. It was the writer
Yeah.
and then the artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then one of them sold their half of the rights to the other one, and then the other one turned around and sold his rights to, I can't remember who he sold his rights to. Universal,
Probably.
maybe. So he sold out completely, and they actually recently came back and did a mini-series, a comic mini-series that where all the turtles were dead except for Raphael.
Damn.
And yeah, like it was dark, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but yeah, they kind of sold out and they're not in it anymore. Which it sucks because look at how much money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they sold it. It was a mature comic book that they sold and they turned into just a fucking printing machine.
But it's because they sold it that it was turned into that. Because then the
Exactly. Yeah.
studios could come in and make all those movies
Yeah.
and we grew up on those movies, so they'll always have a place. But if you told me 5, 6 years ago that Seth Rogen was making a Ninja Turtle movie, I'd been like, fucking right, dude.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
We'll see.
Viacom CBS owns the rights to Ninja Turtles. So it was created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's crazy that they have two films that are being worked on simultaneously. Live action CGI. It's crazy, you know?
And they're bringing back Michael Bay.
Yeah, to produce it.
Okay.
Which, hey, if he stays in the producer seat, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, he probably don't even
Let
have to
him
show
throw.
up to do that.
Yeah, let him throw money at it. It's fine, you know. So there's a campaign, Trav.
Oh, there is.
People are campaigning for Ryan Hurst to play the Sentry in the MCU. So it says in October of last year, Sons of Anarchy and Walking Dead actor Ryan Hurst had expressed interest in playing the role of Sentry in the MCU. Since then, fans have been praising for Ryan Hurst to officially obtain the role of the powerful Marvel comic or Marvel character. Many of his fans have also already begun to manifest and form a campaign in hopes that it would grab some attention from Disney and Marvel Studios. You can check out where it all started with Ryan Hurst's original Instagram post below.
Yeah, I could see him being Sentry.
Yeah.
He
So
was one of
this,
the, and his performance was one of the better ones on Sons of Anarchy.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I haven't seen his Walking Dead run, but you know,
I think he plays a zombie. Oh no, that's a
we'll,
mask.
we'll get there one day. You know.
When I just had to look him up so I'd know the. I'm like, let me see the face.
Yeah.
So this dude, this is like if Mark Wahlberg and Rob Zombie had a baby.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean,
See the Mark Wahlberg in there?
yeah.
See them eyes?
Yeah.
Like a
What?
transformer.
No. So. So yeah, I mean, there's really not much more to say about it. On his Instagram post, he put, "All right, okay, yeah. I'm very often asked if I would play a character from a comic book. Yes. Who I didn't know for a while. Such a fan of so many, but yeah, dude with troubled past, superpowers equal greater to Superman and Thor combined, and talks to dogs. I'm putting this out there. This dude, I'd like to play. Do your thing, Insta." So
That artwork at the bottom looks good.
yeah, I mean, I could definitely see it,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, but and that would be kind of a cheap pull, you know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't have to pay him a whole hell of a lot, so we'll see, you know. So they're doing a sequel to the Christmas Story or A Christmas Story, and Peter Billingsley to return as Ralphie.
What?
Yeah. Um. So here it says, after almost shooting his eye out in the original film, Peter Billingsley will be back as Ralphie in a sequel to A Christmas Story. Per deadline, Legendary and Warner Brothers are teaming up for the project, and word is Billingsley has closed a deal to star in the sequel, dubbed A Christmas Story Christmas. The sequel will reportedly be premiering on the streaming service HBO Max. Reportedly, Julie Haggerty is up to play Billingsley's mother, Nick Shank, I guess. Wrote the screenplay with Clay Cadis, set to direct. Schenk will also executive produce with Billingsley producing along with his partner Vince Vaughn through Wild West Picture Show Productions. Let's see. It says clearly the sequel is just the latest new movie to come along as part of Hollywood's new trend of doing legacy sequels to classic films. Bringing back original stars to reprise the roles they played decades later has proven to be very successful in certain cases, and perhaps the filmmakers see the potential in A Christmas Story doing the same, at least with Billingsley back to reprise his role. And it sounds like other classic stars will be popping up as well. So, and then they talk about the sequel that
Yeah.
they had
Straight
that
to
came
DVD.
out. Yeah, 2012. Yeah. So,
So you know what the
so what do
story's gonna be. He's the dad now.
yeah, yeah,
He's either telling his kids the story of what happened and his kid wants something,
yeah,
I can
yeah.
see that.
It makes sense,
Yeah.
right? So, it's cool. Whatever. So this is something that I'm pretty excited about.
Oh yeah.
So or Robert Pattinson is in talks to work with Bong Joon-ho an untitled project. It says Robert Pattinson may be collaborating with director Bong Joon-ho for an untitled project with Warner Brothers. According to Deadline, Bong is in talks with Warner Brothers to write and direct a film based on Edward Ashton's upcoming novel Mickey 7, and that the Batman's Pattinson is in talks to join the project. Bong will also produce the film for his production company Offscreen, along with Plan B and Dooho Choi for Kate Street Pictures Company. Ashton's novel will be published in early 2022 by St. Martin. However, Deadline is reporting that Bong's adaptation may be drastically different from the novel given Bong's experience with adaptations. Mickey 7 is a sci fi novel involving clones and otherworldly planets. Here's an excerpt from the synopsis of the novel from Macmillan. Mickey 7 is an expendable, a disposable employee on a human expedition sent to colonize the ice world Niflheim. I don't know. Whenever there's a mission that's too dangerous, even suicidal, the crew turns to Mickey. After one iteration dies, a new body is regenerated with most of his memories intact. After 6 deaths, Mickey 7 understands the terms of his deal and why it was the only colonial position unfilled when he took it. That sounds pretty fucking interesting, right?
Yeah.
Bong has still not been attached to direct a new project since his sweep at the Oscar for Parasite, where he won Best Director and Best Picture. According to Deadline, Bong was presented the manuscript for the book by the end of 2021 and became interested. He became loosely attached to the project and met with many of Hollywood's biggest stars during the 2021 holiday break. Bong and other executives were impressed with Pattinson and sent him an offer going out right before the new year.
He'll take it.
I kind of want to read the book. After hearing that synopsis there,
Yeah. Oh, when I saw it was sci-fi, I'm like, yeah,
yeah,
let's go.
other planets,
Yeah.
colonies,
Arfat
clones. Yeah, yeah, right.
down.
DTW, you know? So, but that's all the movie news that I saw. Did you guys see anything interesting that might have caught your eyes?
That was like the only article I saw
Not
this week
really,
was
man.
that one. I
Yeah.
was like, ooh,
Yeah, it was kind of a scarce week, you know?
yeah.
So, but you know how it is. We'll just do the thing. So, y'all ready to hit some trailers up?
Oh yeah.
We got some good ones in here.
I tried. We do get the Tiger King trailer or a teaser.
Oh shit!
Remember the movie they were talking about making?
Yeah.
Maybe a show. I don't know, but oh, Kate McKinnon.
Mm.
I thought that what's his name was going to be in it. Remember they were talking about Nick Cage playing him.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah.
yes. I'm just interested
Please.
to see if she can pull off the voice,
Yeah.
because it's like it's some big shoes to fill, man. Like you'd be better off to just get him out of jail and let him play him. You know?
Yeah. Oh, we got a fucking Lord of the Rings trailer?
It's the name reveal.
Oh,
So
fuck.
no footage
I was
really.
gonna do a name reveal.
We're doing that now, where it's like the
Yeah,
teaser.
right.
It's like it's a name reveal. It's like
Yeah.
it was
I
called the
thought
Lord of the Rings, right?
I thought that's what the fucking pre-trailer was.
Yeah,
You know, the trailer before the trailer.
yeah.
So, but you know, sometimes it be like that, you know.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on this MacBook to power up. Even though the battery's full, plugging up the charger. Don't trust it.
Now, do you think that at some point during the Book of Boba Fett we have a Boba Fett Han Solo reunion at some point?
Possibly.
How crazy would that shit be?
Well, and now they're bringing the Mandalorian back in. You know, they just wrapped season 3 of that.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he'll be showing up in that, and it's kind of tying everything in. Here's what I started thinking, like, they've really been building up this relationship with him and this lady.
Are they gonna bang?
I think she might die at some point.
Yeah.
I don't see them doing it in this season.
Yeah.
But like something happening to her may be the reason he leaves there and just goes out. And
well, that's what could make him go cold again.
Yeah, gets back in his old ways, because that's his right hand man. I mean, woman.
Right hand chick.
Yeah, she's badass.
The right hand of Fett.
Ooh. Ooh.
Discord.
Right hand of Fett. Baby.
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 If they're like, whose side are you taking at the meeting? I'm like, who's the Wookiee with?
Yeah. And they're like,
Wait, does it talk? It can't talk, right?
Yeah, he can talk.
Can he?
He's over there.
Oh.
That's my Wookiees.
Yeah.
I'm trying real hard on it, you know.
Wookiee.
Wookiees. Dirty knees, Wookiees.
Easy. The Wookiees will get upset.
I'd hang out with a Wookiee though.
Peter Dinklage, man.
Yeah. What? Sometimes it be like
I
that.
heard his new movie. I can't remember the name of it, but it's kind of. It takes place in, like, you know, old times, and I was gonna watch it until I read what people had to say about it, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
So I watched this because I wasn't sure what it was, and it's like a documentary.
This trailer?
Yeah. Well, I think, yeah, it's a documentary, but it's about I think Afghanistan.
Ooh.
Yeah, Kabul. He said he'd be right back. We just go ahead and play this. You want to play it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. Making bricks. Is that a blimp?
Yeah. It's a good year.
Buy tires. Oh. Wow. You got to give it up to a film crew.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, that's out.
Damn. Looks sad.
Yeah. I was just watching, like, when you see the way they live, dude, it's like 1,000 years ago over there. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. What's this end game about?
What's my girl right here?
Uh-oh. Let's fucking do it, man.
I can't remember that TV show she was on, but it's good.
V.
What?
I remember her from V.
That was it.
She was the head alien.
Yeah.
Head lizard person.
Shit, I'm ready.
But yeah, I'm counting her down. 3, 2, 1, play. She could play Cleopatra.
Yeah. She can play whatever she wants. Is Statham in this?
Oh. I see now this is what's a CBS? NBC.
From the producers of Chicago Fire.
When they were like, we're going to call it the end game, it's like, we already have fire.
Mm.
From the producers of Blacklist. She kept me coming back to V, man. Empire State Building. Oh. Nice dress. Like getting 24 vibes.
Yeah.
People are going to eat that shit up, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not the demographic, but
I'd definitely eat it up, though, you know?
I think I saw there was an article on there when we were looking at the news that there's a lot of improv in this movie.
Murderville?
Yeah.
All right. It's got Will Arnett in it? Okay. All right. February the 3rd. Centric Detective Terry Seattle. Okay. All right. I'm ready for this now.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Brooklyn. Oh, shit. Oh shit, dude, it is improv. You can't write those lines.
No.
This looks hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
Hmm. Mhm. Yeah, dude.
It,
I
it,
like the idea behind it.
yes. It looks like they're doing like jokes on people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's a candid camera, but the way it's shot,
So
it's like
polished, yeah,
yeah,
it's polished like
yeah,
a show,
it's
you
so
know.
fucking crazy. I kind of want to check that out, man. That looks fucking funny.
Yeah.
Cool idea.
Fistful of Vengeance.
I just saw his face and was like, uh-huh.
This has got to be Michael Bay, right?
I think it's a foreign.
Oh, good.
I
Okay.
He
just
might
hope we
direct a
see him
foreign.
beating the brakes off somebody, dude.
Well, Jason Statham kicked his ass in the new Expendables movie, so
Knocked him down
kind
a
of sad.
notch.
Well,
I'll show you how Stifle does it.
Well, I
yeah,
didn't watch. Well, I probably think I did. I can't remember.
that one hasn't came out yet. There's just a lot of talk about
No,
Jason
there's a
Statham.
movie where he there's a movie where he plays a bad guy and he does get brought down a peg. That's the thing. I can't remember which one it is though.
Yeah, it's
But it's
the
our
night
boy from the
the night comes
raid
for
though.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, had the dude that played fucking Sub-Zero in it. That was a great movie. I need to get that and put it on the server. All right, Fistful of Vengeance. I got sidetracked for a second there.
By get, he means purchase. 3, 2, 1, play. Not subtitled. Who I'm she? Who I'm she? Who is she? Was that the guy from
That was
Snake
the
Eyes?
yeah.
That's at first I was like, when did Brendan Schaub lose weight?
Big boy. That dude's got some ears, man.
Oh,
God damn.
cleave it to Beaver. Cue the hip hop.
Shit, cue the ass
Started
whooping.
on the bottom, now we on the top. Well, it's because he knows he is, dude.
He is whipping everybody's ass. That was a cool shot.
Yeah.
We boned.
In a fistful of vengeance.
I mean, it comes out in February. I think we need to put that on the pile, dude.
I mean, looks like good old fashioned beat 'em up, man.
Yeah. Non-subtitled beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Where
I
they gotta
definitely
stop the
expected that to be
queen of the
subtitled.
Bangkok underworld.
Bangkok. All
Like
right,
when
man.
like when you hear about organizations like that. It's like the same thing where you roll your eyes when you fucking start hearing Credence in a Vietnam movie.
Yeah, right.
Naomi Watts. Thriller movie.
The Desperate Howard.
Howard.
I went hard on the H there, you know. Howard.
How is she gonna get out of this?
I'm ready. I was born in it.
Molded by 3, 2, 1, play. I'm gaming with the boys.
Yeah. Tiff. I wish it was that easy for me.
What the fuck they going? Oh, what's this? School shooting. Hmm. Mm-hmm.
Every jogger's nightmare.
Why didn't she just stay on the road?
Yeah, right.
Wait, she tripped on a route. Her son is the killer.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Looks like a lot of running.
Not so much
I'm
gunning.
tired I'm tired for watching the trailer.
Well,
you
I knew
know?
she was running up the road, and then she's like, "There's a fucking emergency happening. Just run straight into the woods."
Yeah.
Shortcut.
The movie plays out, but the last shot is still Rocky making it to the top of the fucking hill, and he's fucking Eye of the Tiger in it.
It says thriller, so like, what if her son's not even alive and he's really not there?
Yeah.
What if it was all in her head and it was like a really severe case of runner's high?
At the end of the movie, she wakes up. Bad dream.
Wow. I mean, I kind of have a feeling that it's like the dad or something, you know?
Oh, yeah, because we didn't see him.
Yeah.
Taking a personal day. Does that work?
What?
I'm going to try that. Next time I got to do
I mean,
something, I'm taking a personal day.
well, for me, all I have to do is just kind of like text my boss and be like, hey, something came up, not going to make it,
Yeah, got COVID.
you know?
10-day
Well, I have to give
vacation.
proof.
No,
I have to give proof of that, you know?
all you got to do
But
is take a test.
One
yeah,
day, Dirt Lord cuts the corner in the manor, and he's like, "You just got your phone out, and you're like, and then there's Saturday, you know, that's a personal day, but let's see if we can fit you in on Tuesday."
I mean, it's that simple for me, but I just don't ever take days off, you know?
I've just never had a personal day.
I've took a couple personal days here and there. It's
What's
like if
so
I have to go get
personal about this personal day?
yeah, right. All right, Eminence, alien sci-fi horror.
Oh man,
This is going to be either really low budget or really low budget.
Yeah.
Let's check it out, man.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
Uh-huh. Don't look up.
The lower
according to
budget
Google
version of
Earth.
that.
Uh-huh. It's Discount
It
Denzel.
was, dude.
Based on the journals from Stephen Greer.
Shit, that fish was cooked.
MK Ultra.
What?
Whoa.
Those eyes. You should have cut to the goosebumps, dog.
One of us is the thing, Jerry.
That's to an abduction room. Travis Walton's getting his dick pulled by an alien. He goes, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
I mean, we got to do it on the pod, right? It looks that good.
I'm cool with alien movies, man. So I'm down.
All right, what is this King Knight?
I don't know, but it's got Dead Eyes from Westworld in it.
That's who that is.
Well, shit, let's check it out.
Ready when you are.
Loading.
Planting.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. I think it's a comedy.
Is this about Jared Leto?
Is this the sequel to Midsummer? She kills again.
Discount Sebastian Stan.
Isn't that dude from Criminal Minds?
Yeah, it is.
You were popular in school? Oh, wow.
Lacrosse.
What?
Dude, I got trees on my head. Don't call me a tree head.
Go for a walkabout.
They should have put Andy Milonakis in the title.
Yeah.
He was from a rich family. This is the Leto movie.
Yeah.
Did he call him Merlin?
Yeah.
Interesting.
What in the fuck?
It looks like it kind of has a Watiti feel. Not as slapstick, but it's there.
Yeah. Fucking speaking of Jared Leto, and he shall appear.
Do y'all remember last week we watched that movie where they're following the girl that scammed everybody?
Yeah.
This was another scammer.
Oh,
It
what?
was also based
was
on
it?
another. It was one of those big companies. I can't remember the company. It was Wii something.
Wii Sports?
Let's see. Anybody say? We Work.
Okay.
It was supposed to be this big company, and it just all fell apart. Dude, when you see Leto in this, though, it doesn't even look like him. Like they tried to make him look like the guy.
Yeah.
Because I remember like this guy was like,
was this the company where they would buy like offices?
Yeah, WeWork.
Didn't a lot of people use that shit though for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, Kevin Smith still does ads for WeWork. I think it's something different now.
Yeah.
Because this guy's shit, I think, fell through, or he was scamming. I guess they passed it on to somebody else. Like, but Kevin, he said they use their offices. Like, you can rent the office for a couple hours, or
yeah.
It's like, okay,
just get a hotel room
yeah.
with a desk. You know, like fuck.
Just stay at home.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. But he does look different. Look at him.
Oh my god.
Oh, I remember watching a documentary on this. Yeah, this guy's he just bullshits all the way through.
To a shitload of money.
Yeah. Yeah, he would host all these fucking festivals and shit.
He's fucking committing, ain't he?
Yeah. The voice and the look.
Yeah. It's hard to admit. All right. Next, we got Hugo Weaving in a film called Expired. So you know.
Some violence.
Yeah. Expired. I'm getting some Blade Runner vibes here. I'll be the judge of that.
3, 2, 1, play. Did somebody comment that?
Yeah. Yeah. Top comment.
Okay.
Well,
dude, the glitch cinematic looks dope. Someone really liked Blade Runner.
Probably stopped seeing her. Hmm. Discover the impossible. That motherfucker's a robot.
I've become the impossible.
I think everybody's robots in that movie except for Hugo.
How many scenes did they have where people were just turning?
Yeah.
It cuts to them and they turn and look.
Why waste that badass scenery on I can't be near you, baby?
I mean, you know.
If a corporation was trying to kill me and it's like, all you gotta do is quit talking to the girl, I'm like,
I'd be
bye,
like,
Felicia.
Holler.
Yeah.
There would be a severance package.
I mean, it can't be that good, right? Just saying. I ain't never had any that's worth dying over.
No.
I say that, but like,
you just have to remember there's more where that came from.
Like there's more. Stick your hand down in that well again, man.
Joe versus Carol.
That's so fucking funny, man. All right, I'm ready for this.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
Stick your hand down in that well.
There's no way that's her.
Oh,
I thought she was going to play Joe Exotic. Remember, that's what they said.
Yeah. They were trolling.
Yeah. Because it's like, how? The guy they got, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he could pass at a fucking convention.
Dollar store Tiger King.
Yeah. Dollar Tree Tiger King. He was already dollar store. You know? Carol fucking Baskin.
Allow it.
We got our Lord of the Rings
All right,
teaser.
Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Let's fucking do it.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. The big reveal. Yeah, Peter.
Mordor.
Yeah.
Watch how I roll my R's.
Sound like Penelope Cruz.
Oh, they forged the title. Cool, you know. Look at that. Bet that was expensive.
The Rings of Power.
Well,
now we know the name.
It's supposed to be the most expensive budget for a show ever. So.
Well, I'm ready for it, man.
Well, you're going to have to get about 3 more teasers and 10 trailers.
Yeah, I know, right?
And then we'll get the show.
Yeah. We're about 2 more marketing quarters before we get it.
In the Forest. Thriller movie. 3, 2, 1, play.
Thriller. Oh, God.
That's the wrong turn, dude.
Yeah.
Where you're going, you don't have to worry about bears.
The fuck out of my fucking forest. Why would they turn off the road with that much gas in the tank?
Yeah, right.
Plot. Don't go in that house. You don't do that in the woods.
They run into Naomi Watts from that other film. Don't breathe. Don't Blink.
I think there's people under the stairs.
This is gonna be one of those movies that has a scene so bad it makes the movie good.
She was holding a fork up to her face.
You're gonna eat that pot roast.
You have no options.
That thing's been sitting in the crock pot for 14 hours.
They said it looks
Super
like they made
cool.
this kid look like they made this movie with some kid's pocket money.
We will
Some
make a
lunch
movie.
money.
What you got? I got
Got
2
5 on
quarters,
it.
some lint, and a paper clip.
All right, MacGyver. Defuse the bomb.
And he does. MacGruber.
Yeah. All right, guys.
The
Super
game's
cool.
changed, but the players are the same.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play. Oh shit!
Sorry to interrupt your lunchtime weekend party talk.
They had to go with super cool because super bad was taken.
Yeah.
School is virtual now. Oh, he's gonna be cool now. Woke up Chris Breezy. Don't puke on her.
So is this like reverse Shallow Hal?
Yeah.
Hello, Shal.
Is that fucking those dudes from Workaholics?
Ooh. Oh, damn.
It might be worth it just for that one joke, you know?
Yeah.
Hellblazers? Is this based on the comic?
It's a Tubi original.
It's got Tony Todd in it.
According to this guy, this looks amazing.
Bruce Dern,
I'd
Meg
be more convinced if
Foster,
it's like a Western, man. That sounds like a Western name. Hellblazers, you know? Like
Billy Zane. I mean, there's some people in here.
Yeah, I saw Bruce
motherfucker
Dern
run
and was
off.
like, let's see.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fuck it.
he's at a point where he could kind of be picky with scripts, so
I think he's been at that point for a couple of years now, man.
all right,
But
3, 2, 1, play. Oh, bad.
Hope Valley.
Oh shit. all about to change. Joe Manganiello wasn't available. But they still call him Joe.
That was so funny, dude.
God damn. It's not Demons, dude. It's Ghost, the band.
Somebody said some goddamn fancy words and brought goddamn Damon out of hell.
He said, I'm here to make a complaint.
It's fucking
Slams
great.
his gun down.
Yeah.
Vietnam veteran hat.
Yeah. 2 tours.
Oh, man.
Read that description.
This one?
Yeah.
London Bridge is falling down.
Yeah.
Okay. Vikings Valhalla. All right.
Reaches a new bloody breaking point February 25th. Only on Netflix.
Only on Netflix.
Valhalla.
Let's do it, man.
3, 2, 1, plate. Wait. Oh. I don't know about fighting on that bridge.
Yeah, fuck that.
And this is wrong movie.
All right. So is it a film or a series? I guess it's a film. All right.
Yeah.
So, Foreign Film February.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's right.
What does anybody got any suggestions for next week's movie?
That's right. We had a whole thing we were gonna do, right? Foreign Film February.
Wasn't there the
Yes.
one that we were all gonna watch, and then there's the three we
Get the
all get
three.
to
I
pick
think that's
one?
what was the one? Do we remember? I don't.
Big Bug.
Oh
Remember
yeah.
that French movie?
Yeah,
But that
that's
doesn't
it.
come out until like February the 17th or something.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll end the month with that one then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. So
I have. That one comes out on the 11th, but we can't end the month with it. Because I have a feeling that one's going to be a banger.
yeah, it looks good, right?
I have one that I wanted to bring up, but I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I'll have to dig through my bookmarks. If
Was it
anybody else is,
horror?
it's a movie. It's on those list of movies, foreign movies, but it's where all these people, they're all in a bar and there's just crazy shit going on outside, and then they start fighting each other and
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember you talking about that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's on those lists when you look at movies. They're like, this one's a good one,
Yeah.
and I've got it saved, but I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Hmm.
So if y'all got anything in mind,
You got anything in mind, Trav?
I mean, we can watch that one. I just can't announce what it is because I don't know the name.
Don't know the name.
It's a foreign.
I mean, I've got one that we can start on.
All right.
And we've put it off several times. And we've been recommended it several times from many different people. And it has Gilgamesh from the Eternals in it. I think we should do Train to Busan.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. Heard it's good.
Yeah. A lot of people's told us that we needed to watch it. A lot of people. So
Yeah, I'm down with that. So you remember the movie I was talking about where they're in the bar?
yes,
It's just called The Bar.
that's right.
El Bar.
Yeah, because you
Comedy
sent
horror
the
thriller. Yeah, we watched the trailer.
yeah, you sent the trailer. Yeah. So
I remember. I got
what?
it
So
bookmarked. I remember that. But I would like to start with the Train to
Train to
Busan. Don't they have a
Busan.
few of those? I think
Let's
there's two.
see. Yeah.
And then they're remaking it here, right? For some reason.
Yeah. For whatever reason, man. Yeah, I think there's two of them. But this is Korean.
Throw it in there so I don't forget it. But yeah. Train to Busan. You seen it, Trav?
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's been a while since we've watched a good zombie flick too, you know?
Yeah.
So, and I've heard that this is one of the best ones that's came out in like the last, 10 years?
Yeah, it had a lot
Came
of
out in
buzz.
2016. Yeah, so.
I like when we saw the trailer, it looked fucking intense.
Yeah.
Just
So.
imagine being on a train.
I mean, I don't even want to think about being on a train without zombies.
Yeah. Next stop, Coopersville.
Yeah. Because all the fucking it's stationary village, dude. The stickier the tape, the higher the bridge. But
the tape belongs on the sellotape tree. The stickier the tape, the higher the bridge. Why is this record in its own house?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, we'll do Train to Busan, then El Bar, and then we'll come in hot with Trav's pick, and we'll do Big Bug.
Foreign film
That's
February.
a good one. Yeah, this is like a second Christmas, dude.
Yeah.
Every year, you know.
You know, we watched more foreign films since Foreign Film February too.
Oh, absolutely.
We have. We've
and
gotten into more.
Yeah, it really opened the doors up, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it, and you know, I'm ready for it.
Check to the bell.